Adelaide, the greatest city in the world. It's time to wake up with the team born and bred right here in South Australia. The unofficial Mayor of Adelaide, AFL legend and Yabby peeling record holder, Mark Rasciuto. The former squash champ and current B-grade golf champ, Chris Didmar. And the award-winning radio host who's the dumbest smart person you know, Laura O'Callaghan.
It's
Triple M Breakfast with Roo, Dits and Loz.
Oh, hello. On this Friday morning, how is everyone? Up and about? You pumped?
Up and down.
What do you mean up and down?
Well, I was up because someone won on Powerball for 150 million, and I'm down because it wasn't me.
Could be
Or
us. Hey, they don't know who it is.
Well, it's not us.
No
Someone
one's
in
claimed
South
it.
Australia.
Yeah, but they haven't claimed it yet.
God, you know,
Check your numbers, Loz.
just when you think that the rest of the country hasn't stopped seeing us as a backwater, this morning I was listening to Boner and Natasha Belling, and the way that their voices just curled in disdain when they said it was from South Australia. And
Hey,
they
we
were
did the
from
same
South
thing.
Australia.
Are you kidding?
And they went, oh, can you imagine?
Really?
They're probably like, imagine what it's going to do to their little peasant life over there.
Well, two other people that don't need to visit here then.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
that's right. Nah, we love them. But I feel weirdly like almost just really jealous. Like sort of not even really happy for him. Like,
No,
Why is
you'd
that?
be miserable. Seriously, with 150 mil, you'd be miserable, Loz.
yeah.
It's too much.
All right, we've got a big
Thanks,
show. We've got
Dits.
the top five. We've got Voice of the Suburbs.
7,700 in the wheelie bin.
That's more
See, that's...
tangible.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
I've got a story about the wheelie bin today.
Have you?
Too. Yes.
Really?
It's out and about, and I've got good little
Okay.
story I'll
All right.
share with you.
All right.
Loz, you're famous.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Triple M's Roo, Dits and Loz for breakfast.
Win big by servicing at Peter Kittle Toyota, Para Hills West. T's and C's apply.
Get all the news you need.
104.7 Triple M.
Hello, Adelaide.
No one knows Adelaide like these guys. Triple M Breakfast with Roo, Dits and Loz.
Overnight news.
That's you, Loz.
Is it? That is.
Happy Friday.
I am. You've got to be kidding me. I actually wrote that up on the board this morning too. I went up there and wrote it up. Wow. Okay, so South Australian couple who were in the Singapore Airlines, well, it wasn't a crash, but it was an incident with the
Turbulence.
drop. It was
Yep.
turbulence, but it was a
6,000 feet. They dropped.
6,000 feet drop. They're saying they feel really abandoned by Singapore Airlines. They're stuck over there. He's got head injuries, swelling. He looks
Just cuts and bruises.
He looks pretty rough on the front page of the Times this morning, but she's in the ICU. She's got a spinal cord injury, and they just haven't heard from the airline at all. And you'd think that it wouldn't be that hard to contact the people who are in hospital.
They're
There
an
wouldn't be that
ICU
many
in
people.
Bangkok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're Singapore Airlines, you're doing as much damage
Yep.
control as you possibly
Brain
can.
damage
Yeah.
control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want people who are in the hospital then contacting their people in their home country, and then that entire country, that's the front page of the headline. Singapore Airlines doesn't care about us. So
Yeah.
all the best to them, and hopefully, Singapore Airlines helps them out a bit.
Yeah, the reports of he was wearing a Crows jumper at one stage, and then we heard otherwise. But the bloke from Port Lincoln who got done with ice in Bali,
Go the power.
that's the one.
Go to power.
When he was getting arrested.
Told you, he said, I need a shower.
Yeah, well, he needed
So
both.
did.
But we don't know if he's a Crow supporter or a Port supporter, or
Go the power.
he
Need
might
a
not
shower.
even know. But anyway, he was
Hand
from
me some
Port
soap.
Lincoln originally, got caught with meth. He got done for possession first up, which is only 12 years in the slammer. And then he got done for trafficking, which is death penalty or life.
Yep.
Now he's been taken from the jail and put in a rehab clinic, and they're saying that he might almost get off of jail time, which is a massive
Why?
spin.
How?
Because he's a drug addict and it's not trafficking and blah, blah, blah. So
It's not
Troy Smith.
trafficking if you're an addict. Is that what?
Well, it's personal use. There's a difference between trafficking to
yeah.
sell,
yeah.
commercially, or
Yeah.
it's just for me.
Because how
Anyway.
much did he bring in? do you know?
stuff all.
It was just a tube, wasn't it? Tube.
Well, I don't even know if
Colgate.
he did. Yeah. Anyway, it's taken a turn for the better for him at this stage. He's
Yeah.
in a rehab.
I hope he
clinic.
gets the help he needs.
Little win for all SA households. Electricity prices are going to drop. Just sit down, 2.8%, which is not a lot, but it's better than going up 5% or
Yeah.
10% or 30% or
Heaps
like it
better.
has. So take the wins, 2.8% SA households and businesses. That's a good result.
On top of your $300 rebate, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Might be able to buy a pint of pasty.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
With a little tomato sauce sachet, maybe.
Oh, yeah, but there's 60 cents for that.
Hey, one of our rumours a few weeks ago was that the TV network was in trouble. We have revealed that it's Channel 10. They're axing more shows. So another one's gone. So Osher's career, he's lost The
Osh.
Bachelor, he's lost The Masked Singer, and now Gladiators is the latest show to be axed. So not returning. A lot of these shows are very expensive to make.
Yeah.
So they're, pulling in the-
Gladiators. Didn't even know it was back.
Yeah,
It was huge when I was a kid. Mike Whitney was the host.
that's right.
Yeah, and all the gladiators wore those sort of Borat mankinis and they
Yeah.
battle each
Show
other
their
with big
rigs.
sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crawford do it for a while?
Yeah, he was like one of the referees or something, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he was a ref.
Yeah, you're right.
God,
Hey,
that's
and just
a weird
finally,
time.
Tottenham Hotspur and Newcastle United came out from England and played that game of soccer at the MCG 2 nights ago.
80,000 people.
80,000 people. It was big. And what did they get up to? You can imagine these two big British clubs coming all the way out. Where will they go? What sightseeing will they do?
Orthodontist.
No, they went straight to Ramsay Street.
Oh,
They
you're
went to the
kidding.
neighbours set. No, they did.
What?
They love
That's
it.
what they did.
They
Can you believe
love
these
it over
grown
there.
men? These grown men who are international sporting superstars.
Yeah.
Please take us to see the neighbours set.
When I was over in the UK for a while, it was just constant.
Massive show.
Do you know the Castanets?
Yes, I know.
What, it's still big over there?
Oh, it has been
Yeah.
from day one.
Yeah.
It actually made Kylie Minogue over there.
Yeah.
Put
That's
her
why
on the map.
she's big in the UK, is
Yeah.
the Neighbours. And Margot Robbie, like anyone who's been on, I remember seeing Guy Pearce on Graham Norton
Yeah.
and Olivia Colman, who's an Oscar winner. She's like, I loved you in Neighbours. Like,
But apparently,
it's
currently they
crazy.
said to the players, Harbour Bridge or Opera. No, thanks.
Ramsay
No.
Street.
Ramsay Street,
I'm gonna go see
please.
Dr. Carl.
That's it.
Triple M's Roo, Dits and Loz for breakfast.
A Canadian woman on TikTok's dropped something that I think a lot of people would be surprised by because she's Canadian and Canadian people should be used to the cold. But she reckons that Australian winters are brutal.
The most messed up part about living in Australia is that people genuinely say to me, oh, well, you're Canadian, so you shouldn't be able to feel the cold. When I can confidently tell you that the coldest that I have ever been is living in a Melbourne share house in the middle of July and lying in my own bed, trying to fall asleep, being able to see my own breath while only being able to warm myself with a tiny space heater and an electric blanket. Like, I don't know why everyone in Australia was like, let's not insulate our houses. Let's all just put on a Kathmandu jacket and call it a day.
She's not wrong. She's absolutely
Yeah.
not wrong.
I have to agree with her, actually.
It's weird
What's she
because
saying?
Australia...
We don't heat our houses.
We just don't.
Like the same, Europe and North
What
America.
happens over there?
It's called central heating. It's just constant and it's on and your house is
What
warm.
is it?
It's like...
Gas? Or
Yeah, it's gas.
It's
yeah.
gas and they've
Oh,
got...
We're turning gas off. That was our rumour the other
yeah,
day.
that's right. Yeah.
I know. Well, they've got radiators and stuff that just sit in the walls. Their insulation is amazing.
Yeah.
I think in Australia we have this reputation that it's so hot that we don't need heating, but it gets freezing.
Yeah.
It's good big swings.
Do you know, when I was a kid, Loz, this reminds me, the heating in my house was a 2-bar radiator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my mum and dad would clamour around it in the lounge room.
It's
and
not
we
normal.
thought that was normal. I mean,
It's not normal.
I know.
Did you know, I was reading a study last year by the World Health Organization, 80% of Australian houses don't meet the minimum guidelines for minimum indoor temperature. So, and that's 4 in 5 SA homes. So most homes in South Australia do not meet the WHO organisation's guidelines for minimum temperatures. And when I was growing up, it was normal to wear dressing gowns, socks over socks, of like cover yourself, and you could see your breath in the night.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be right. Chuck a jumper on. It's not normal. We shouldn't be freezing. You shouldn't have chillblains. Like it's not medieval times.
chillblains?
Chillblains are the little purple lumps that you get on your toes.
Yeah.
Purple lumps on your toes. Yeah.
It's just before your toes drop off.
Nah.
Put the Ugg boots on, put a jumper on, track your pants.
Yeah, that's right. Have about a scalding cup of tea. My mum used to say, get in the hot shower. Stand under the hot water if you're cold.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyway, so Canadians say it's too cold here.
Triple M's Roo, Dits and Loz for breakfast.
Sports Card World, the specialists in sports cards and trading card games. Sports Card World, Region Arcade, Rundle Mall.
Triple M breakfast with Blue Dits and Loz.
What a goal!
Overnight sports.
So Doug Nichols round continues. Port Adelaide, we know, we're getting ready to play the Kangaroos tomorrow in Hobart, and 3 big ins, Roo.
Yeah, Connor Rosie's back, which is a great news for Port Adelaide fans. Lockie Jones is back. Jordan Sweet, the ruckman, is coming in, making way for Dante Visentini, who did a good job the first week, got a bit beaten last week, but better for the experience, did.
All right, let's hear from Sam Powell-Pepper on Channel 9
Sweetie
News.
actually gives us quite a nice target down forward, and he's a good tap ruckman in the middle. We're in a good position now, 7-3, and if we can get a couple more wins under our belt before the break, it'll hold us in good stead.
Charlie Dixon being rested as well.
Yeah, Josh Sin with a broken collarbone. If they can win a game or two and get that top 4 spot solid, that'll be great for Port.
All right.
I thought you said arrested then.
Yeah, arrested.
And
yeah.
I just had a panic.
Yeah, no,
Charlie
arrested.
Dixon's been arrested as well. What?
Another great contribution from Loz in the sport.
Keep it up, Loz.
The Crows have added 5 players for the game against the West Coast, Roo.
Yeah, they have. It's a Sunday game, so they don't have to put their team out to tonight. But you'd expect Harry Schomburg to get a game. He's been coming back from his rupturing his Achilles, Loz, which is not a good injury to get.
No,
James
mine's sore
Borlase will
right
come
now.
into consideration. Sam Berry would as well. Obviously, Isaac Rankin and Elliot Himmelberg out of the side that got narrowly beaten by Collingwood last weekend.
All right, let's hear from the coach, Matty Nix.
Billy Dowling's put his name up. I think it's one that everyone's talking about. Schoenberg's come back from injury with his Achilles and has played a couple now and shown that he's playing at a level worthy of selection at the AFL level.
Now, that was last night. I don't think Billy Dowling has actually been called up, has he?
Before the selection.
Yeah, all right. Loz, the Collingwood players had shots this week, smallpox, cholera, diphtheria, because they've travelled to Perth. They've never been so far. They've never actually been to Western Australia, I don't think.
Where are we going?
Yeah, so they're playing Fremantle tonight. We'll rock it.
Freo favourites.
Are they?
crazy.
Yes, Freo starting favourites.
Some big ins for Collingwood.
Some big outs too.
Yeah, but McCreary, Mychek come back into the forward line.
Yeah, they do. DeGoey out though is a big one. Triple will be rocking 30 from 5:30. Triple will be rocking footy from 5:30.
Last night, Sydney, gee, they were good. Beat the Western Bulldogs. Dogs started really well, and then Sydney just flexed their muscles, didn't they?
Yeah, but Western Bulldogs, if they kicked straight, they would have won last night. Easy.
Yeah.
Did you see a bit of biff out there? There was a bit of fighting.
Was
Where?
there?
Yeah. Bontempelli and...
Was there a bit of scruff?
Yeah, a bit of scruff. Yeah,
I saw some injuries. Aaron Norton looks like he may have done it. Hopefully he hasn't done his ACL, but it looked very, very nasty.
Yep.
But Chad Warner, I mean, their midfielder is second to none over there. He could win the Brownlow. He could win it off Isaac Heaney, his teammate. He was a star. He was the best player.
Yeah, played really well. Hey, tonight, just finally, the Matildas are taking on Arsenal in a special game over there in Melbourne.
Really?
Yeah. 3 of the Matildas, I should say. 3 of the Matildas are in an all-star side taking on Arsenal. And it's a double-header. Newcastle are still in town, and they're going to play the best of the A-League.
Well,
so
the Matildas
a double-header.
Next week.
That's
I'm
right.
going and
Next
I am
Friday night.
so excited.
Yeah, we're going.
My
You're
first
going, Roo, aren't you?
ever soccer game.
I'm going
for a look.
Yeah.
We're going.
Yeah, we're all there. It'll be good.
Triple M's Roo, Dits and Loz for breakfast.
Win big by servicing at Peter Kittle Toyota, Para Hills West. T's and C's apply.
The top 5 things we learnt this week on Rudits and Loz. Number 5. Despite radio awards and 2.5 years on the show, our dear Loz's name gets forgotten sometimes.
Our breakfast show went number 1.
Yep, fantastic.
Rupert and Ditz and Lauren.
Actually, it's Laura.
Laura?
Yeah. Lauren, thanks so much for joining me.
It's Laura, just quickly.
Oh, Laura, not Lauren. Laura,
Yeah,
sorry.
no,
love.
And when they're not getting her name wrong, sometimes she just gets flat out ignored.
G'day, boys. How we going?
Good, thanks.
Thank you.
Our rumour mill, another big one, is going to be dropped at 7:30 this morning.
I've got one today.
You can't make them up.
I actually have one.
It's never stopped.
No one cares.
Hey, I've got
Talk to
something
myself.
about...
Are you familiar with Loz? Have you seen Loz around?
Loz. No?
short for something?
Yeah, she's on with Ruined Dits in the morning.
Oh, Ruined Dits, yeah. Yeah, they're great. Love the boys.
But recently it had been smooth sailing until our quickie competitor Liz took her back down a notch.
Liz. All right, let's head to Muzzer Bizzer. G'day, Liz.
Hello, Roo. Hello, Dits.
Hello.
And hello to the other lady. How you going?
I'll give you half points for that, Liz.
Am I invisible?
Number 4. We learnt the future of our great state is in safe hands with the inquisitive minds of kids like Tom Rasciuto asking the big question.
I had to drive up to Wakery and back yesterday, and I took my young fella Tom, the 8-year-old, out of school, so I had a little bit of company, which he was
that's cool.
very, very happy with. Interesting cruising with an 8-year-old, the questions and the things we covered, and he rolled out, how did the first person get on Earth, Dad?
Oh.
And I
There's
went,
a doozy for you.
Jeez, it's been a long day.
Can you give me something easy?
Oh, sheesh. That's pretty deep from the son of the dad who gave us this doozy.
We work for PGH Bricks at Golden Grove doing all their maintenance, and they're far from shutting the door as far as I know.
But they make bricks there, do they?
PGH Bricks, they don't make potatoes.
So, how did he handle it?
All I come up with, well, Tom, I think there was 2 people called Adam and Eve.
Oh, you went with Adam and Eve. I love it.
Well, what else is there?
Evolution, but that's fine.
But I thought it was a good question.
It is a
Great
very good
question. And did you do what I would have done? I said, ask Mum when we get home.
Yeah, I said, Dad's not very good at that sort of stuff.
Sounds like Dad's been getting a few tips from this bloke.
Why did they make the Great Wall of China?
That was during a time of Emperor Nazi Goring. And it was to keep the rabbits out.
Number 3. We learnt kids aren't just curious, they can be pretty brutal too.
Eliza from Kapunda Primary School. Good morning, Eliza.
Good morning.
What's the best thing about school, Eliza? What do you like doing?
Math.
Oh, you say your favourite subject is math, you're going to cop a roo roasting.
Math?
What is
here we go. Oh, you should
5 plus 6?
11.
Good.
Oh, what is 5 times 6?
35.
They're too easy.
Too easy, you say, Dits. That roast is about to be returned in kind.
All right, Eliza, have you got a joke for us today?
Yes.
What is it?
What's Dits' favourite exercise?
What is Dits' favourite exercise?
Idly squat.
Idly squat.
Number 2. It was the $150 million Powerball last night, and like a lot of workplaces, the Brekkie team went in on a syndicate. A word to the wise, though. Be careful who you get to buy the ticket.
We're trying to win $150 million.
We are now.
Are we on?
It's your turn to buy.
Yeah. I've done it.
You're in charge, Loz.
I've done it. I've got everyone's lucky numbers.
Do you do a power hit so you
Yes.
guarantee Powerball?
Yes. Yes.
Power hit.
We've guaranteed the Powerball with a power hit. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're on.
We're on.
Well, clearly we're still here, so we weren't that on.
And I did 2 draws.
What do you mean?
What do you mean 2 draws? There's only one draw.
Emily talked me through it.
Have we got 2 of the same thing on this week? Because we could win it twice.
No, it's for this one and the next one.
Well, they're on next week as well.
Wasted it.
I didn't know what I was doing. And you know what? If you want to micromanage me, you have to do it before I actually finish the thing because it's done now and I've purchased it. So yeah, maybe I will win and I won't tell a soul about it.
Yeah, and on a completely unrelated note, Loz has walked in this morning with a fur mink coat, her own golden mic, and 2 really, really big...
She didn't have those boobs before.
Number 1.
Triple M. It's time for your favourite game. Loz's Wheelie Bin of Fortune.
It's the competition that's driving Adelaide mad. What's in Loz's wheelie bin?
I reckon it's a Fuji apple.
I think it might be Pocky, a Japanese chocolate-covered biscuit stick.
I think it's a gingerbread house.
I think it is the Mona Lisa hollow chocolate truffle.
Jeez, that's a mouthful.
Why?
But the person that the bin might be driving most crazy is Dits.
Oh, no.
8:45 it is on this Wednesday morning. At 10 o'clock this morning, another chance to get into Loz's wheelie bin and tell us what's in it.
Is that a new nickname for it?
No, wheelie bin.
Okay.
Come on, grow up. Get into her wheelie bin.
On to my happy place.
And that's the top 5 things we learnt this week on Roo, Dits and Loz.
Jeez, that's a mouthful.
Why?
Triple M's Roo, Dits and Loz for breakfast.
We're putting our ear to the ground, pounding the pavement, and finding out the real issues around Adelaide. Please welcome to Triple M Breakfast, the voice of the suburbs.
Keep our eyes and our ears out there. What is happening this week?
Well, actually, last week I was very inspired by your sock chat, Roo. Your lovely wife, Sarah, having weekly meltdowns trying to store 8 people's socks. How's that going?
It's no better. I haven't had time to take anyone's advice on and do any stitching or changing socks or
laundry bags,
putting out bags on clotheslines or using laundry bags in washing machines. Yeah, we haven't quite got around to solving
advice,
it yet.
though, I reckon. If
I appreciate
practice,
it.
yeah.
No, I loved it and I was inspired. I loved it so much that I started talking to the people of the suburbs about what their little efficiency hacks are. Because let's be honest, the more time you save during the day, it means more time at the end of the day to watch trashy TV and read erotic books. Because that's what us women are doing.
Books?
There's this fantasy book going around at the moment that's about fairies and wizards.
I've talked about it, yeah.
Oh, it is. I haven't got my hands on it yet, but I will be.
You get turned on about reading about wizards.
You don't know what you're talking about, Roo. This is
What's it called?
I'm asking the question.
There's a couple of different ones. But
Okay.
this one's called A Court of Thorns and Roses. And
Right.
people out there nodding along going, yep, I
Okay.
didn't think
The
a book
women
would do
of
it for me,
Adelaide
but-
know what we're talking about, Lozzie. It's
I'd rather
not
just
for
do
Roo
the-
and Dits to know about. It's secret women's business. That's
exactly
fine.
right.
I'd just rather do the dishes.
I know. See, that works too.
Yeah.
So look, I've compiled a bit of a list of what people are doing in the suburbs, and you guys may adopt these at home, or you may have some opinions. So can I take you through them?
Yeah, yes, of course.
Okay. So one of the mums at school says that she does ham and cheese sandwiches for 3 weeks and freezes them.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on freezing ham and cheese?
Bread that's defrosted, I'm not sure.
I don't know. If it's toasted,
You gotta
that's okay.
toast it.
Nah, not toasted. Fresh. Fresh.
Yeah, well, I suppose you can't knock it till you try it.
Yeah, okay. I haven't tried
Sounds
it either.
nasty.
Those sandwiches might be sort of like lining bins in schoolyards, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I know. It was like me going to school with soggy tomato and cheese sandwiches.
Yeah.
It's not a fun time.
No.
All right, well, maybe I might try that one.
Okay, what else you got?
And the other one, I was listening to a podcast and one of the announcers said that she hates dinner time so much. You know, wrangling the kids to the table with it's dinner time, it's getting cold, come on, come on. So she has installed a doorbell at the kitchen bench, rings it, and then gets everybody to the table. And she's using it and it works.
The doorbell?
So, yes. Save time on wrangling the kids. Just sit down, ring the doorbell, and the kids come a-running.
Wow.
What do you reckon, Roo? That'd work in your house. Apparently you can get them from Bunnings, like little battery-operated ones.
Yeah, well, you do have to go to a few bedrooms and you do have to track them down and go outside. It's a bit of a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, I
essentially.
thought that was cool because I hate dinner time in my house.
Yep.
They say never open an email or text message that you can't respond to immediately.
Okay.
Save time. When you need to respond straight away.
Okay.
But also while I'm on it, I hate people that just do the thumbs up in response.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
So
No,
you
it's no
hate me
good.
voice.
Boo, hate
Yeah,
it.
don't-
Like,
no
just
good.
write something
What's so
back.
bad about it?
Make a comment.
Nah, I just think a thumbs up is a bit passive-aggressive.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, thumbs
Lazy.
up, good on ya.
Aggressive.
Lazy.
Yeah.
It's lazy. See, Dits understand. Just
Oh,
write something
God.
back.
Communicate.
As soon as Roo is just a thumb.
No. The other one is lay your clothes out the night before.
Yes.
And that has to include shoes, socks, undies.
Yep.
The whole outfit. Do you guys do that? Because you get up early.
No, I don't.
I sort of do it.
Sometimes.
I have a sort of system. Like, I wear pretty much the same thing every day, but if I don't...
That's a good system.
We noticed.
Stop wearing your Ugly.
I'm wearing sneakers today, but I'm
Good
wearing
work.
sneakers because I laid them out last night and I knew where they were. Oftentimes, I'll kick them off somewhere and one goes under the bed. I don't know where they are.
But does it save you time, Lozzie?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, I agree. I'm
Yeah.
big on that too. Now, this one is a bit weird, and I would love your advice on it. And a guy from my work actually did it. Use the dishwasher for more than just dishes. So we're talking hats.
Hats?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you use a washing machine?
Who needs to wash their hats?
This is weird. Like metal garden tools. Makeup brushes.
Oh, yeah, you
hair
can do
brushes.
makeup. Hair brushes?
I know. I was really upset by this, but apparently you can use the dishwasher for more than dishes.
You've got to be kidding.
No. Look, I think it's got to be hygienic, doesn't it? Because it's where all your plates
Put it
go.
in the washing machine.
Yeah, I know, and it baffled me. But he said that he puts his sneakers in the dishwasher.
No.
Yeah, not the washing machine. Dishwasher.
If you're going around to a bloke's house and he's got his jocks in the dishwasher, I mean, you cannot. You're calling the police.
That's a lot worse than the thumbs up, sure.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I just had to mention, Roo, before I go, is that people are starting to recognise my voice in the suburb. And my phone went hot with my little advice to you on what happens if you do the dishes at night. And let's just say Adelaide kitchens have never been cleaner. I'm like an intimacy coach, who would have thought?
Yeah.
The suburbs are rocking.
Yeah.
Tea towels on my shoulder.
Good work, Roo.
Good on you, boys.
Voice of the suburbs.
Triple M's Roo, Dits and Loz for breakfast.
Check your tickets. Check all tickets, please. Unregistered, unclaimed. The South Australian winner, $150 million.
The biggest winner in Cross Lotto Powerball history, isn't it?
I think so.
$150 million. I think yesterday, Loz, you said the biggest winner was $107 million.
Yeah.
Right here in SA, someone out there's got it and they don't know.
How good is it that Adelaide actually got it?
Yeah.
Usually it's
I know.
some bloody joint you never heard of in Sydney.
I know.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's anyone we know.
Well, they don't. Yeah, it could be.
We'd have to know.
150 large bloody.
Would you stay anonymous?
Nah.
I would.
Why would you? You can't, Loz. How the hell are you going to stay anonymous?
I don't
The
think
fact that you would just resign from this job about a second later.
No, I'd keep living
and then
my
you
life.
drive around in a Maserati instead of Suzuki Swift.
No, I'd keep living my life like normal because you don't want people. You'd make big investments behind the scenes and then just sort of, slowly, ingratiate.
Hey, from winning Cross Lotto to being on the Singapore Airlines flight that dropped 6,000 feet and had just a horrific couple of minutes.
Someone died.
Well, someone did die.
70 injured.
They did, but there was two couples from South Australia on there, and they've had very, very different experiences since they got off the plane. Here first is Keith and Kerry, who Keith ended up having facial injuries and a bit of bruising. Kerry's in ICU in Bangkok Hospital.
I'm hoping to get a Medivac organised. I want Singapore to pay for it. I want some information. I've had no information from Singapore at all. Not a single word. I've got no idea. I'm totally in limbo. My wife's in ICU. She's in ICU, needs a Medivac.
He was frustrated and
she's had spinal surgery.
Yeah, she's in a bad way. And the Singapore Airlines people trying to shield him from the media. And then John and Jenny Hall had quite a different experience.
The main thing that I couldn't get over is how supportive the Singapore Airlines have been and looking after us. And, I know it's not something they had control over, really.
That's an interesting point. They didn't have any control over it.
But they can have control how they handle it afterwards.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But I always wonder when people put up their hand and go, I want compensation and I want this and I want that. I mean,
but they should be ringing them and talking about insurance and support and how are you and all of that sort of stuff.
I'm just throwing it out. If you listen to John and Jenny Hall, they're very happy with it.
I think airlines know that when someone decides to start an airline that they're liable for what goes on in the plane,
But isn't it funny how one's had a perfect experience and the other one...
Yeah.
Like, you'd think the ones that you'd be putting more attention into are the people in hospital rather than the people that are happy and sound.
Yeah.
Triple M's Roo, Dits and Loz for breakfast.
On Triple M Breakfast with Roo, Dits and Loz.
That might be the dumbest thing you've ever said.
It's time for Dumb Comments.
I've done all the dumb things.
I hope my wife's not listening at the moment. It's 7:23. Might be, she might not be. My phone will go ping in a minute if she is.
Good morning, Sarah.
But sometimes you deserve it, don't you? And last night we were glued to the TV and wanting to find out if we were going to be the lucky Australian that might win Powerball, $150 million. And we heard that it was in South Australia for one of the first times ever. Someone in South Australia won the whole lot. And she come up with a comment that actually, it disappointed me to say the least. She said, do you have to get the Powerball to win Powerball?
Oh.
Excuse me?
Do you have to get the Powerball? She thought you just had to get the numbers at the front.
Well, it is called Powerball, Sarah.
Yeah, it is in the know.
I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to say it nicely.
Well,
Sarah. It's called Powerball.
But we all
got a text from someone else. I thought it was my wife.
Oh, the look on
I
his
did
face,
give her a
the
bit of
panic.
pretty quick feedback. I said, that's why it's called effing Powerball.
So you did give a bit of feedback.
That's why it's called
right.
Powerball.
And how'd that go down?
Just silence.
Yeah.
It's sort of one of those things that slip out when you don't really think it's going to slip out.
Yeah.
I think it would.
Because it's May the 4th, they say, May the 4th be with you. So it's Star Wars Day. There you go.
Right.
All right.
So is that the 4th of every month?
No, May. That's an Alice comment. That is an Alice comment. Oh. There you go, Sarah. See, it can happen to anyone.
You did. So it could happen to you.
What? Now, Rose, how old are you?
I'm 9.
And what school do you go to?
I go to Sturt Street Community.
Sturt Street Community.
And is that in Sturt Street?
Yes.
Oh,
that's a very stupid question.
Come on, mine was deliberate.
I
Give me
don't
a
know
break.
about that.
Give me a
I'm not buying
break.
that. 1-333-5-3. Have you heard of any dumb comments lately? As your
I've
wife,
never
you-
heard or said one. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think still my favourite over the journey, over the years, has been the fellow that was at the pub with his wife watching the trots.
Yeah.
And she said, isn't it fantastic that they have horse races for the disabled people?
Yeah.
Yeah, the trots.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
She thought that they had to be on wheels. Yeah.
This is how it went down last time we took calls.
The wife's car with petrol, and as per usual, she said, the petrol light's on, love. Car's chugging away. I said, we're not going to make it. She said, quick, love, turn the radio off. That'll save petrol.
Yeah, we were down the beach, and one of our friends turned around and says, Kel must be a very popular person. We looked at her and said, what do you mean? She goes, everyone's wearing R.I.P. Kel.
that is the best one for the day.
My missus, the other day, she actually thought horses were born with horseshoes on.
Get out.
An ex-girlfriend of mine, we were down at the Marion Footy Club having a bit of a punt on the CAB where she came out with a good one. Is the harness racing there just for disabled?
The trots. Disabled jockey.
I once asked someone how to spell, it's a character from Star Wars, C3PO. And it's spelt C3PO.
That's it.
And that was
surprised about that.
a great moment.
When have you heard a dumb comment? Let's go to Paralowie. Shane, what's the dumbest comment you've heard?
We were sitting around the dinner table the other night having tea, and 18-and-a-half-year-old daughter talking about how she wants kids, and she says, how much did you guys pay for my name? And we went, what? And she goes, how much? I've got a middle name. How much did you pay? And I said, I realised because when I was with kids growing up, I don't have one. And I said, my parents were too poor.
Oh my God. And she took it seriously.
Well, you got to believe your dad.
Could have had fun with that, Shane. You could have gone to all sorts of things.
20
with
grand,
that.
Dal.
Kale from Stockport. Hello, Kale. Dumb comment.
Yes, when I was in school, we had someone in the classroom ask, when you go to sleep, do you die over a night time, wake up again and you're alive again?
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
It's not a bad question. Yeah.
Inquisitive sort of question.
Are you justifying that?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
Not a bad question.
In a way.
Existential.
It's an existential. Maybe, we disappear in the night. Where do we go? I'm trying to be a bit philosophical about it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Don't.
Let's go to Davern Park. G'day, Chad. What's the dumbest comment you've heard?
Yeah, I needed a haircut one day, and I said to my mum, I need a head job.
Oh, no!
Oh, yeah. Okay, Mum.
Okay.
Mum, what did Mum's eyeballs go?
No, let's go to Frank. Hello, Frank. What was yours, Frank?
I know, after that last one.
Yeah, sorry, Frank. Just regain yourself.
This is a family show, isn't it?
Yes, very much so.
It's meant to be.
My daughter, when she was a young, we had a blackout, and she comes running in, Dad, is the toilet still going to flush? Is the toilet still going to flush?
Oh, the blackout.
Yeah, that's good.
Question.
Yeah.
All right, let's head to Ranella. G'day, Steve. What's the dumbest comment you've ever heard?
Hey, how you going, everyone? All right?
Yeah, good,
great.
Steve.
We were at the Angle Park Greyhounds one night, and me and my mate, come up to me in the betting ring and said, "What horse shall I back?" I said, "We're at the Greyhounds."
Yeah, it's a bit of a figure of speech, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
The thing about the toilet flushing, I find that when there's a blackout, it's hard for my brain to accept that there's no power. So the last time we had a blackout, I went, "Oh, the power's out. I better charge my phone."
Yeah, I know.
Because I'm going to need it.
Yeah.
Triple M's Roo, Dits and Loz for breakfast. AutoCam, real-time video from Automasters. Triple M's Rumour Mill, Adelaide's most listened to segment. Hear it every day at 7:40 on Roo, Dits and Loz.
We've got an anonymous caller on the line with a rumour. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, my rumour is it's pretty disgusting. The Labor government are paying around $3,000 a fortnight for rent for my daughter and granddaughter in a motel, basically because they won't build more low-income housing in SA.
Say that again. They're spending how much?
Around $3,000, 270, I think, nights, and she only pays one night a fortnight out of her government money.
They're putting her up in a hotel because they haven't got a housing suitable for her.
That's it. Ruined. She's Category 1 for housing trusts, but at the moment our stinking government won't build houses, let alone they've been real slack with maintenance for the last couple of years.
So, do you think there's a lot of people like your daughter, or is she an isolated case?
No, there's heaps in this state. And then the other thing is, and I know it's not a rumour, I've got friends that are already in Anglicare. They used to be housing trusts, but the government still own those homes. And I'm concerned in time they're going to pass all of them to Anglicare and put their hands up saying it's not us, just like how there's privatised jails in Australia now.
Hey, Anonymous, is the quality of the hotel sort of the lower end, or is it a...
Oh, rude. It's heights addicts, and yes, it is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's a difficult situation we're in here, but I can understand what you're saying about the government need to build more housing to try and help people like your daughter, Anonymous. So thanks for calling in, and hopefully they can get a solution sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Me and other people got rid of the last housing minister. And that was over maintenance not getting done in South Australia. Then they give her a different portfolio.
Well, there was a good story on the news the other night about housing trust houses that just aren't getting maintained, and they're working out whether they've got to knock them over and start again.
And Roo, there's several that are open, like finished. They've had contractors finish them, but it's like they're not putting people in them because they're concerned they might have to spend money on maintenance to fix things.
All right, thanks, Anonymous.
Not a good story.
Triple M's Roo, Dits and Loz for breakfast.
Oh, we did some phoners on dumb comments earlier on after my wife last night asked if you had to get Powerball to win Powerball, which I thought was a little bit out of character for Sarah, but she'd had a long day. But there's a few on the text line, 048885 1047. We've got one here. My sister once said, in Olympic swimming, why don't the competitors just hold on to the world record line and let them take them?
Drag them along.
That's brilliant.
That's a good idea, isn't it? You get the world record every time.
She thought it was a bar.
My daughter asked the RAA man, why flat tyres always happen on the bottom?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And I've got one more. From Sean. Thanks for dobbing your mum in here, Sean. My mum still argues with us that when you pull the parachute, you actually go up for a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's a few good dumb ones.
It lifts you up.
Triple M's Roo, Dits and Loz for breakfast. Triple M. It's time for your favourite game. Loz's Wheelie Bin of Fortune.
All right, Loz, 4 clues so far. What are they?
Unoccupied,
Yep.
Japan, 2022 floods, and chocolate.
All right. Linda at Lockley's. Hello, Linda.
Good morning.
Now, Linda, have you done a bit of sort of detective work, a bit of homework, or is this just a wild guess?
I did a little bit of detective work last night and concurred with the children.
Okay.
That we think may be right.
Linda, you know how lucky you are getting through? The phones have been ringing chock-a-block for about half an hour, and we've just plucked you out of one of those numbers.
There you go.
Yes, we've had 3 phones ringing.
Now, tell us about your
3
kids. How
phones.
many kids have you got?
I've got 2,
And what are their names?
Matthew and Stephanie.
Okay, all right. You might have to share this money with them. $7,700.
Yep.
What's your guess?
I think it's an empty Royce chocolate box.
Empty Royce chocolate box.
Okay.
Why do you think that?
Royce because they're chocolates and they're made in Japan.
Yes, Oh, okay, they are.
And empty because the box is empty.
Yep.
And also the Royce chocolates are made in a town called Hokuto in Japan, and that was one of the places affected by the Japan
22 floods.
Was there floods in Japan in 2022?
Linda?
7,700.
It's incorrect. I'm so sorry.
Bloody hell. Why do you build it up like that?
Genius. You genius.
Yeah,
Your
that was good,
detective
Linda.
work is really clever.
7,800 at 10 o'clock this morning.
Why do you do that to people like Linda?
Because I was told I had to.
Triple M's Roo, Dits and Loz for breakfast.
Special guest about to join us. Can you believe it? And he's that special, we've made an opener for him.
Please welcome to Triple M Breakfast, Bruce Abernathy. Here we go again. Mama, he's got a car show.
The man we call ABBA. Gets an ABBA intro. How are you?
You won't want to know what I was called before the Swedish band turned up.
Oh, no.
That's right. You put them on the map.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hey, car show. Now, you've been doing this for a couple of years and it's back.
Yeah, we are. We got season 2. We had to call it something other than season 1 because we've been going for 2 years.
Yep.
But, it's back. We got a great heritage of cars in South Australia, and we thought, let's take it to the country. And, it goes on 7 Mate, 10:30 tomorrow, and national, which is great.
National.
Take
Good.
South Australia to the country.
National.
Wow. We're working on global, Roo.
Yeah, global. Not the rush hour.
Jars is global. You know that. The rush hour, they're global.
Yeah, just ask him.
So what's new in the world of cars, or what are you focusing on in season 2?
Oh, just great to get around South Australia and see some of the stories. I mean, the Premier worked out we're a car state and he got elected with the Vale, brought that back.
Yeah, good
Adelaide,
point.
the Motorsport Festival, the Adelaide Rally, things like that. And then my favourite thing is you find these car collections hidden away behind garage doors and you just go, how good is this? And, in doing that, we found out a story that we're going to run on Monday night at 7 News, which is it links a South Australian location to a global brand, and it is one of the great untold stories.
Really,
and that's just part of finding out something about our great car heritage, our history of automotive here. And did you know most of our mates, their dads worked at GMH at Woodville?
That's right.
There, and,
Yeah. A lot of our
came home with the
neighbours,
Monaros and stuff like that. And people, when we had a manufacturing industry. We're actually a massive car producer.
There's people that did 40 plus years at Mitsu's and everything down south and Holden's out
we
north.
We had Chrysler before
Everyone
that,
was connected with Holden's out north, weren't they?
The Hay Charger, that was the... And those cars, believe it or not, are worth fortunes
Oh,
now.
my God.
Yeah, it's actually annoying.
It is.
So tomorrow's show...
You sold them an Arrow for $1,000 too.
Even like bloody VL Commodores, normal things like that are bloody worth a fortune.
What's happening on tomorrow's show?
Tomorrow we go, believe it or not, the nation's capital, the Summer Nats. Someone described it as the Bogan Burnout Festival in the nation's capital. That always happens every year.
Yeah.
So a bit of a look at that. And this guy, you'll love this guy. His name's Jay. Japanese cars, not my thing. He is off the planet with this. He's got a couple of sheds down at Camden Park there, and he puts rotaries in Commodores.
Rotary engines.
He thinks up something and he goes and creates and engineers it and builds it, and you sit there shaking your head, going, he's got a monster truck Skyline. What? Seriously, that's how mad this bloke is. It's good fun, but we get to travel around, meet people, and as I say, celebrate great automotive history in South Australia.
All right, but Monday night as well on 7 News, a very special report.
Stand by for this one. This is one of my favourite stories I've done on TV, and I've been there a bloody long time. Did you know that?
Yeah, all right. What's the show called?
The Car Club.
The Car Club.
We're all inclusive. Yeah, get around.
You keep it simple, don't you? Car Club Season 2.
I'm a footballer, Roy.
Yeah, exactly.
Good on you, Abba. Thanks for coming in. Bruce Abernathy. It's on 7 Mate tomorrow morning.
Triple M's Roo, Dits and Loz for breakfast.
On Triple M Breakfast with Roo, Dits and Woz.
I need the tip.
Get it straight from the horse's mouth.
I'm Mr. Red.
It's time for Roo's Tip of the Week.
Roo, before you get to the Nags, let's help people with their footy tipping, shall we? Tonight, Freo Collingwood.
Oh, that could go either way.
In Perth.
I'm going to go for Collingwood.
Collingwood away from home. All right. North
Freo
Melbourne.
favourites, I think.
Are they?
Yep.
North Melbourne Port.
Yeah, Port will win.
Right.
Easy.
Carlton Gold Coast.
Carlton in Melbourne.
Okay. Geelong GWS in Geelong.
Oh, this could go either way. I'll go with the Cats, but GWS might win that.
Oh, right.
No, I'm just telling you the facts.
Richmond Essendon.
Essendon win comfortably.
Okay. Hawthorn Brisbane.
This could go either way too. I'll go Brisbane.
I'm going upset there. Hawthorn. Melbourne St Kilda.
The D's would be too good.
And Adelaide West Coast.
Adelaide in a closer one than people
close
think.
game. Yep. All right. Okay. What about the races?
Look, a broken record. I just keep picking places, so I'm going an each way one this week, just to each way all day, as they say. Race 5. I do like this horse. One last start, number 12. It's called Star Tide. It does get back a bit. It runs on hard. It won well last start. I think I might break my duck. I hope so. It's $7. You can back it each way. Race 5, number 12, Star Tide. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Good odds, yeah.
All right.
Have a great weekend.